from the bottom. Ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
What is the deal, cappers, gamblers, hustlers, betters? It is your boy Marley Bets, and this thing we do right here. This is Brothas N Bets NBA show Tuesday. Back at it once again. Get things set up, going right real quick. Like quick recap: overall record 54-36 with 3 pushes, 18 games over 500. We had a 2-0 day yesterday. We were on the Nuggets second quarter, and we were on the total, the over. Hoodoo play of the day hit yesterday. It's sitting pretty good right now at 14-5 with 1 push. As I sip my drink. So we went 2-0 yesterday. Thoughts on the game? Early went like I thought it would. Denver come out smoking, ride the home crowd wave. Man, I wanted to take them first quarter so bad. I took them second. I should have took them both, but I was like, I don't think they're going to win first and the second quarter. Thought they would win the second quarter for sure. Really thought they would win the first two, though, but I also thought that, LeBron them been coming out game one's hot. So I was a little cautious of that. Kind of kept me off the first quarter. Then I was like, all right, well, Denver's bench is definitely, in my opinion, was better. Going to play better in game one than Lakers bench. So that's why I went with them for second quarter for the most part. And then, man, boys, whoever took that Denver -6, I know it cashed, but y'all heart was pumping after that fourth quarter when they came all the way back. I think that hurt the Nuggets, letting them come back like that, because it gave them, like, for game two, like, whether you blow them out. Now it's like, we all right. We'll see y'all in game two. We good. Jokic with the triple dub. Davis drops 40. Good game. What I expect, I think it's going to be a good series. And I wish my boy SBO was in the building today. Hopefully he catch me before we get up out of here. It's not like we got a whole bunch to talk about. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into quick correction real quick. Hold on. Gotta fix some shit. But let's talk about this Heat. Obviously this Heat. Oh, that's why. Well, I call it that. The Heat Celtics game today. Game one. Obviously the Celtics coming off that game 7 victory over Philly. Tatum 51 points. Went to shining in the fourth quarter. We all know that. All right, so we got pretty much a rematch of the conference finals last year. It's conference finals last year, right? Where they met the game before the finals, or was it it was the semis? I think it was conference finals. Either way, go. Rematch, game 7. Jimmy Butler fell just short of a 3. Hit the front iron on the rim. I'm sure everybody's been seeing all the replays on ESPN and whatever sports channel they watch. So the line is at 8. It's went down half a point, at least from last night. Because I made some plays last night. I took it at 8.5. Actually, I guess spoiler alert. So the line is at 8. The total is at 212. Obviously, they're in Boston for game 1. During the regular season, the 4 games they played each other, they actually split. Celtics won the first 2. Heat won the last 2. First game total score was 111 to 114. So 7-point victory for the Celtics. Second game was 121 to 134. It's a 13-point victory. I wonder who was playing in that game, because the Heat were banged up a lot this season. But the Heat won the last 2 games, 120 to 116. They actually went in overtime, 4-point win, and then the Heat won the last game they played in Miami. Celtics Heat 95 to 98. So 2-2 split. Celtics won the first two. Heat won the last two. And so when I was looking at this game, when I was breaking it down a little bit last night, I wanted to see what the Celtics did in their previous game one series. Obviously, we know they split because we know Philly won game one. That was Harden dropping 45. And then they lost that one. But then they beat Atlanta. We know that the Heat, they won both of their opening first round matchups. Beat the Bucks game one, beat the Knicks game one in their respective buildings. So and even if they don't win, my personal opinion on this, 8 points is just too many fucking points for a playoff game of the conference final teams. This should be a close contest. Like I've always been saying since I've been doing the playoffs this season, the average margin of victory in the NBA game this year has been 4.8, 5 points. Anytime I see anything more than that, I'm kind of gonna lean toward the points, unless we got, obviously it's situational and circumstantial, but these are all NBA players. I think the Celtics on paper are the more talented group of players that have a more talented roster, but shit, they ain't stopped Miami thus far. Not they haven't, but that hasn't stopped Miami. I mean, on paper, Miami has been the underdog in every series. They will, maybe that Knicks series. But when it started, people were saying the Knicks, they were the higher seed. Brunson had been playing amazing. But, Miami is different. And they probably have the guy that's played the best. If there was an NBA MVP for the playoffs, got to be Jimmy Butler right now, right? Maybe not. The other players have had individual better games, but as a consistency throughout this entire playoff since it started, gotta be Jimmy Butler, right? Excuse me, Jimmy Buckets from the H time. So, I just think 8 points is just way too many points for your boy. There's no way I can jump on -8. And then on another thing is that on top of the 8, the Celtics just played a 7-game series. So I'm a little scared of that too. So I need, and then obviously I said this previous game ones. I'm a little weary for game one. Not weary, but I don't jump head first on game one, 7-game series. It's a filler out game. We don't really know how they gonna play this, how they gonna play that. We can go back and look at the previous matchups and kind of see how things went, but we can't really, ain't no way to know. That's what I'm taking the points, baby. I'm taking the points. J-O. The O used to stand for Obama, but it doesn't anymore. Yeah, man, I like the Celtics plus the 8. Do they steal game one? Do they win? Is what you're asking. I tell you this, Obama. Excuse me. The O used to be for Obama. I tell you this, J.O. I'd be lying to you if I tell you I didn't sprinkle a little bit on that money line. I'm not giving it as a play. My play for the show purposes is plus 8. But I did sprinkle. It's plus 280. And they got a shot. I don't think the line should be 8. They definitely can, in my opinion, can easily win this game. So yeah, I sprinkled a little bit on that money line at plus 280. Felt like I had no choice. Missed out on the other definitely game one money line. Missed out on that. So yeah, can they steal it? Yes. Do they steal it? I'm not sure. Did I put money on them to steal it? Yes, I did. Yeah, I took that 8, put that in the back pocket. Also, other plays that I made on the game. I am on the over 212. Went back, like I said earlier, looked at all the previous games of the Celtics and Heat during the season. All games hit over 112 with the exception of one. So 4 games, 3 out of the 4 have went over 212. Excuse me, I said 112. 3 have went over, the 4 have went over. 2 of those 3 have went clearly over, and one has went clearly under. We did have like a two, really, I don't say clearly. Yeah, it was like 194, something like that. So definitely way short of 212. But the rest of the games, 2 of them were clear over. One was close, 214. First game was the first time they met during the season, 214. Then not only did I do that, I went back and looked at the playoffs. What Boston has been giving up, what their totals have been. Now we know Miami go play their defense, but Boston, on the other hand, they're iffy. They are capable of playing great defense, but as I look at this Atlanta series, every game except but one went over 212. Then we say, okay, Atlanta doesn't play defense in their offensive-minded team. Okay, I go to the Philly series, who plays defense, and we still got 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 4, 5. 5 of the 7 games went over. So I'll take those odds. Then, okay, well, Miami is a defensive team, and not only they're a defensive team, they don't really score a lot, right? Well, that was kind of during the regular season, but since the playoffs started and playoff Jimmy, been a different Miami team. All the games but one went over in the Milwaukee series. That was game 3 that went under. Actually, it did not go under. So every game in the Bucks series went over. Then we go to the Knicks. Obviously, we know the Knicks are offensively challenged, so they can't score. They can't score. That's the problem with that game. So not too many of those games actually went over. I think only 2 of those games went over, but the Heat did their job in all the games. The Knicks just failed to get what that total would have if the total was the same. So I'm very confident in the over. I actually probably, now I won't say that's my best play because I love the 8 as well, but I'm very confident in both those plays. So I love the over. I also love the +8 with the Heat. I was thinking about Boston's second quarter. Shout out to the homie Nate. I was hoping he would be on here a little earlier. Maybe he'll catch his playback. Also, I like Miami team total. I dropped on that one. Let me see what it is currently. I caught it last night at 101 and a half. Hold on, let me bring up the current line and see what if it's still 101. But yeah, I like it at 101 over. I took it right now. It's at 102 and a half. So it's went up a point. Yeah, I think I still like it at 102. Again, I go back to the Bucks. They hit that every time. In the Heat, in the Knicks series 101, they hit that every time with the exception of the last game, the closeout game in Miami, 96-92. So they've gone over 102 points every game with the exception of one game in the playoffs. And then so with that being said, all right, I go look at Boston and see what they've been giving up per game, or at least individually each game during the playoffs. Obviously, Atlanta, did they give up one? They gave up every game except the first game. They held them to 99. Everything was over 102 after that. And then in a Philly game, 4 out of the 3 they went over at 101 and a half. They got to 102. And Philly, I don't know if that was Boston's defense or just Philly tripping. You know what I'm saying? James Harden, he can't deliver. I'll take Jimmy. I had to talk to somebody about this when the season first started after Harden dropped that 45. Like, give me Jimmy buckets over Harden in the playoffs any day of the week. I've seen the Harden show. I've seen how it works in the playoffs. I've seen it, and it's not impressive because he doesn't show up. He'll give you a game or two, but when you need him most, like a closeout game or a game 7, he'll give you 10 points, Instead of the 30 that he was giving you all season, he wasn't even giving Philly 30 all season. Imagine in Houston, he was dropping MVP seasons, 30, 40 a night, 10 assists, 8 rebounds. Playoffs come, dud. It's just what happens with him, apparently. And it's not just on him. Embiid didn't show up neither. So I'll take Jimmy Buckets all day. Quick recap before we get up out this motherfucker. Oh, it didn't save my last pick. Hold on. 2.5. 2.5. I'm just gonna put all my plays, not necessarily the plays I'm recommending. Just tell y'all what I did. Why is it doing like that? What's going on here? Give me 2 seconds trying to get this here. First, something's going on my computer. Tripping. Banners. First quarter money line. It's insane. Full game over 212. Team total over 101.5. All right. I guess we're all on the Heat, guys. That's what I'm looking like. Why is my computer running so slow? I got the Heat plus the 8.5. It's 8 currently. I still recommend it at 8. I'm on the first quarter money line. That's the play I took, not necessarily the play I'm recommending. Just the play I took. I'm just putting it out there. It's not a show play. Just the play I took. I took the money line. Think the Heat come out smoking. Show that I'm play that I'm recommending. The rest of the plays are all show plays. Heat plus the 8.5. The full game over 212. Heat team total over 101.5. 3 plays for you on tonight, on tonight's game. Heat plus 8.5. Heat first quarter money line. Full game over 212. Team total over 101.5. Now, total record for the season 54, 36, 3. 18 games over 500. Trying to get to 20 games really quick on you boys. I want to end the season at 30 games over 500. The hoodoo play of the day. Technically, there isn't a hoodoo play of the day today. The hoodoo play consists of early play, first quarter, first half, traditionally money line, but I've been doing spreads all season. Spreads, and I don't have an early play because I'm not giving the Heat first quarter as a show play. So there is no hoodoo play of the day, but I'm on the money line early. You take that risk at your own peril. But the Heat hoodoo play of the day is 14-5 and 1. That being said, people, post the plays one more time before we get up out of here. I am on the Heat plus 8.5 or 8 for the full game. Heat first quarter money line. That's not a show play. This is just what I'm on. I'm also on, let me start that over. My plays for today are Heat first quarter money line. Personal play. Follow if you want to. Show purpose plays. Heat plus 8. I caught it at 8.5 last night, but I still like it at 8. I'm also on the full game over 212. I'm also on the team total over 101.5. That's what I got for you. That's what it is. That's what it's going to be. Now, I am Marley Bets, and this is Brothas N Bets. Like yesterday, we smacked them up yesterday. We got back on track. What else did we expect? Like today, Jimmy Buckets, let's go. Get it done for your boy. H-time. And like tomorrow, we'll be back. Lakers and Nuggets. We'll smack them up one more time. But y'all already know what it is, man. Let's beat Vegas. And we out this motherfucker.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field.